At Baja Designs, we have lights for all on- and off-road enthusiasts. For 30 years, we have been lighting up the night. We are Baja Designs, the scientists of lighting.
Alexander Ford voted Yuma's best in 2024. The discount madness starts now in March with huge savings, like the 2024 F-150 Super Cab 4-wheel drive. Save $7,000 off MSRP. 2024 Expedition Max 4-wheel drive, up to $12,000 off MSRP. And while they last, 2024 Ranger Crew 4x4s, just $35,999. Discount madness continues on Bronco Sport, Maverick, Escape, and Explorer with rates as low as 3.9%. For a difference you can count on, visit BillAlexanderFord.com today.
Grit beats talent every single time. Introducing the new BFGoodrich all-terrain KO3 tire. Legendary toughness made tougher. BFGoodrich, what are you building for?
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are here once again for your Method Race Wheels Fishgistics update, hour 3 of the 2025 Score San Felipe 250. All of these updates today presented by Fox Racing Shocks. Wow, what drama we had there at that last update, huh? Did you guys see that at the cattle guard at mile 107? That was crazy. Hopefully everybody coming through there now is okay. There's enough. I saw there's at least one line on each side of the cattle guard now through the fence. So I don't think it'll be much of a problem anymore. Actually, it's a little faster. You don't even have to go over the cattle guard. You can just go straight now. But that was pretty crazy back there to see. I'm glad nobody got hurt. That is super dangerous when you're in the silt like that and cars are coming. If you have to get out of the car, they don't know you're there. And if someone comes, that can get really bad really quick. So I'm glad everybody seemed to be okay. And nobody was hit there that we saw. So let's go back over and look at our tracker. There we go. There's San Felipe. We need to zoom in and we need to go down to the bottom here. And yeah, big shout out to the drone operator there. That was John Kilborn himself, one of Score's drone operators that was there pulling everybody out at the cattle guard. So shout out to John. He's a super good guy from Australia. Really good drone operator too. So that was cool to see there. Shout out to him for helping everybody. All right, we got to find the leaders. Now this course, look at it's kind of hard to find everybody because it gets so close together right here, right? So the course actually comes really close together within a few hundred feet at this corner right here. So the guys on the left are going south. So that is going to be the guys that are farther back. Now your leaders are right here on the right side. They're going north at this section right here. So here comes Tavo. So Tavo is in the lead right now, physical, but we have the 1 right behind him. We got Alan. Then we got the 7, Bryce Menzies. It sounds like Bryce is in rear-wheel drive only, so we have a 2-wheel drive car. I guess Bryce can you switch classes in the middle of the race if you want? Because technically Bryce could be a 2-wheel drive now. And then the number 70, look at this right here. You have to keep an eye on the number 70 because the number 70 is actually winning on time right now. The 70, Kevin Thompson, is your race leader on corrected time right now. Alan Impudia is second. So keep an eye on the 70, and we know that Kevin Thompson started in there, and Harley Letner, they've done their pit, so Harley Letner should be in the truck now. If somebody can confirm for sure that Harley got in, which I'm sure he did, because Kevin didn't pre-run the other section if he was planning on getting out, I'm sure. But somebody out there let us know, did Harley Letner get in the truck for sure? I'm sure someone will text me or in the chat. They'll know who's in the 70. Behind him, we have Luke McMillan in the 83, and then we have Rob McCachran. Look at this. Rob has been moving up too. He qualified kind of middle of the pack, or a little bit back, and middle of the all-wheel drives, I should say. And he's moving up. So keep an eye on the 11 as well. Let's go look at some of the timing here. So this is what I'm talking about. Let's look at the times here. I'll zoom out a little bit for you. So at race mile 160, look at who's in front. Kevin Thompson right there is in front on corrected time at mile 160. So there you go. That is your race leader. Second on time, Alan Impudia. He is only, look at that, 2:30:17 and 2:30:38. That is 21 seconds difference. That is so close. That is crazy. 21 seconds between first and second place right now. And I did just get confirmation that Harley is in the truck. So thank you, Richard Bruce, for that. Harley Letner is in the truck, and he's in there. Now, the other person, Justin Lofton. Look at this. Justin Lofton, third on corrected time. Look at that. 2:30:17, 2:30:38, and 2:30:40, and 2:30:54. Are you freaking kidding me? The top four trucks are within a minute of each other right now at mile 160. It does not get any closer than that. 21 seconds between first and second on corrected time. 2 seconds between Alan Ampudia and Justin Lofton. Look at that. 2 seconds between second and third. And then 14 seconds between Toby Price and Justin Lofton. And we know that Toby Price is going to get out, and Paul Wheel is getting in that truck. So Toby Price, he's tried to get as much of a, do whatever he could. He had a bad qualifying. They broke a serpentine belt, but he's getting ready. I'm sure he's out of the truck now. So Paul's in the truck now. So Toby did a good job getting it to Paul. They're within 30 seconds or 40 seconds of the lead, the race lead right now. So this is anybody's race at this point. This is insane. And then look at Luke. Luke is only a few seconds behind them. Luke is less than 1 minute behind first, and he's in fifth place on corrected time. And then behind him, Rob McCachran, only 30 seconds or so behind Luke, or 40 seconds. That is insane. This has got to be the closest. This has got to be the closest race that we've ever seen. Andy said Paul's getting in until like 180. Okay, so they're pitting a little bit later than some of these guys. So this was our split at mile 160. Now we know they're a little bit past there on the course. So let me see if we have. Yeah, that kind of matches up with the other times that I had here. And then you got to watch Gustavo Vadosola is up there as well. So down here, the 1L, he's back a little bit from the front. He's about 4 minutes back, and that was Ricky Johnson was driving the first half of that race. So yeah, I mean, one flat, and for any of these guys, and they're done. They're not winning any one of these guys pretty much. I mean, they can change it in a minute, but when there's 4 or 5 guys less than a minute behind you, it ain't going to happen. So this is going to be crazy headed into all the washes. You can see we got a lot of washes to go. If we go over here and hang on, let's show you the washes. So they've done the one a little bit at the bottom here, and then they did this one coming back, but they have this whole wash up here still. Then they got this wash back up here, then the whole one in. I mean, anything can happen. This is one of the best San Felipe races that we've seen in a long time as far as competition. So this is going to be a fun one to watch. Thanks all you guys for sending in your updates. So that's your trophy truck class right now. So look at your leaders. Let's go look at class 1. We'll do an update on them. The 168, Adam Fancook. I mean, man, he's just he's a machine. No surprise here. Adam Fancook is building a bit of a lead. We got the Wilson car. At least someone's keeping up with them a little bit there. And then we got Mario Fuentes here. He's actually running pretty well also. So cool to see. So Mario's second there. And then we have, let's see, in third, it's going to be the Parkhouse car, the 127. Oh, but look at that. They're stopped. That could be a pit right there. So we'll see if they get going again. But Cody Parkhouse at 0 miles an hour right now at mile 121. And then Morgan Langley, good to see them back out again. They are down in Baja, and they are there. So, all right. Yeah, so when you guys are looking at these things that are online, remember, we go by corrected time. So everybody's like, oh, Tavo's in first. Tavo's not in first. Tavo is first physical right now, but we don't go by physical. This is not a land rush start. This is not like NASCAR or F1. Everybody doesn't start at the same time. You start, your time does not start until you go off the line, and they start 1 minute gaps, the trophy trucks. So if somebody started 20th, they have 20 minutes on that first car that they just have to finish between. So if that first car finishes and that 20th car finishes in 19 minutes after them, they won by a minute. So that's why these races, it doesn't matter where you are on the track. You have to look at the corrected time. That's all that matters in these races is the corrected time. So just keep an eye on the timing when you guys are looking at who's in what position. It kind of gets lost sometimes. All right, trophy truck spec. Let's see who's doing what here. We saw McNeil. So we saw McNeil earlier. Remember, he was in front, but he was stopped for a while. They had the hood off that thing. He came in. I assume he took out one of those pillars there, or he hit the side of the concrete thing because his whole hood was messed up. They had to take the hood off, and it looked like he had damage to the front of the car. So I don't know how bad the McNeil truck is, but he's definitely not in first anymore. It's going to be the 297. That was the green truck that we saw doing circles for a little bit and then got around, the green and the white one. San Patero is now going to be first, with Justin Davis is showing as second. And then let's see, Connor Sachs said, I think McNeil just flew past Davis. Okay, so McNeil might be right around here. See where Justin Davis is? McNeil's probably right around here is what Connor's saying right now. And then Bryce Swaim is going to be showing as third. So that's the Thunderstruck Motorsports truck. That's good to see them back out here. They took a little time off to do some work stuff, and now they're back out racing again. So cool to see Swaim's back. Jack Olagus, look at this. How about that for the kid, huh? His first time being a driver of record in Baja. I don't remember if he's driven with his dad down here or not before, but he's never been a driver of record. So Jack Olagus, he's very fast. He wins a lot of stateside races nowadays in the spec class, and here he is. He's gonna do some damage down here in Baja. He's looking in the fourth position right now. We'll have to check where he is on time because I think he started back a little bit more. We got Gutierrez here. And then let's see. Somebody said someone's stuck at the cattle guard. We have Thor Herps back here. We got the 264, 246. We got Ben Hagel here. So Ben Hagel, Neil Dricky. I mean, look at how stacked this is. You got to zoom. You got to zoom way in here. There's like two guys here. You got EJ, and was that Hagel behind him? Oh, Brent Fox. Brent Fox at 0 miles an hour. Okay, that's not good. That's probably not a pit right there on the inside of that corner. Everybody's going to pit somewhere down here, but we'll see. Or most everybody. Kind of an interesting spot there. So Vincent Munoz, we saw Vince remember he did a kickflip in qualifying on Thursday, and he landed it. The truck was pretty good. It just had some body damage, and he was able to keep going again. All right, so that's a look at your front there. But right now it looks like the 297 is going to be out front. Then Davis or McNeil is going to be second and third is what we're looking at. Just McNeil's tracker's not working. So that's what's going on in the trophy truck spec class. Let's go look at class 10 because they should be not too far behind these guys. So they're a little ways back, but there was a lot of specs. So the 1011, we got Caesar. Oh, Caesar, there we go. Caesar is in first. Okay, Caesar's out front. And then we have Francisco going to be in second. Francisco Vera. We got Maximilian Yee here. Awesome to see the Lee guys out here. Yee guys out here. They're always fast. They beat us at Nora too. Those guys. Damn those guys. But they're fast. Then we got Jason Shipman, Harley, and then we got some other cars back here. So it's pretty much these front three kind of have a little gap on the rest of the field right now. So Caesar, Francisco. Is actually two cars there? No. Francisco and then Yee. That's your top three in class 10. If we look at the Pro UTV Opens, let's see. We know Brock Heger was out front, but then he had a couple flats. So he had to get a couple tires, and he definitely lost some time. But look at this. Look at who is back in front. Of course he's back in front. What else would he do? So Brock Heger is showing as back in front again. Last time we looked, he was in like 5th or 6th, and now he's back in front. Like, the dude is a freaking animal. I mean, it's just crazy. Brock Heger is back in front. Michael McFadden, Wayne Matlock, Caden McCachran, and Mike Caffro. Now, what happened to Justin Morgan? Because Justin Morgan was up there. Did he get, is he buried behind somebody here? Let's see. Where did Kristen Matlock, what happened to Justin? He must have had a problem. Max Eddy at 0 miles an hour. That's not good unless that's a pit there. That might be a pit. Brandon Sims. Where did Justin? There he is. Oh, man. What a bummer for Justin Morgan. That says 0 miles an hour. I don't know why that hand's so big today. I got to fix that hand for you guys. But that does say 0 miles an hour underneath that hand. That is That is a big bummer there for Justin Morgan. He is stopped right there at mile 102. So that's what happened to him. He had a really good run going until then, but no surprise, Mr. Win Everything is back in front. Brock Eager, even after a couple flats, he's still in the front. What can stop this guy, man? He's just on a mission. Caden McCacken, there you go. His tracker just updated. All right, Caden's back up front there with them. So it's Caden and Brock, two of the SCI factory Polaris cars, first and second. Wayne Matlock is in a factory car of his own now, as his own team with one of the same cars that these guys have up there. And then we have Michael McFadden up there as well. So be interesting to see what happens here at the front. And then Mike Caffro at 0 miles an hour. So that's not a planned stop for Mike Caffro there. If it is, he's in the pit for too long because he was the first car last time we had looked. So bummer for him. All right. Maybe he can get out and get going soon, though. The forced induction, let's look at the turbo class. So that's the other UTV class. This was like Blurton. What was Blurton, 4th or 5th or something earlier, or 6th? And I said to look for him to move up. Let's see if he moved up. All right. So we have Jorge Cano in first. Oh, look at that. Who's in second place? Phil Blurton. What do you know? Of course he moved up. I think I underestimated him. I think I said he was only going to move up like 2 or 3 spots, right? I think he might have moved up 3 or 4 spots. So there you go. Phil Blurton, not surprised. Making his way up. By the next update, I guarantee you Phil Blurton will probably be in front of Jorge here as long as he doesn't have a problem. So there you go. Carlos back here. We got 2 Carloses. Carlos and Carlos. And we got Matt Burrows. Matt Burrows having a good run. Got Caden Wells. Always fast. You got Caden with Emma riding with them. Emma Cornwell. Soon to be Emma Wells at some point. Their wedding was they said their wedding was going to be at the finish line. That was an April Fool's joke. By the way, the April Fool's joke, the mini summit. How many of you guys actually believe that? Score got a whole bunch of phone calls that they thought that the course was changed and you guys were actually going over the mini summit. So I guess my April Fool's joke worked, and some people actually thought that you guys were going over the mini summit. I wish they did. That would have been exciting, huh? All right, so that's a look at the Pro Turbo class. Let's see what other class 11. How have we not checked on class 11 yet today? Probably because they just got off the line not too long ago. All right, class 11, we have 3 today. It looks like we got the first one at mile 35. Rafael is running in the 11:03. The 11:11, Eric is running as well, 16 miles an hour. And then Arthur is not running. That is a 0 miles an hour underneath that massive hand right there. So that is a bummer. But we have 2 of the 3 class 11s running. So we have hope. We have hope for the class 11. Now we have we still have was that earlier there? Oh yeah, they have a replay. Scores scared me for a second. They were showing the crossing again up there, and they see this. This is earlier. That's what we were watching earlier. That was where Jason McNeil took out one of the fence posts, took off his whole hood, and he was stuck there, and then it turned into a massive shit show there. But that was earlier. That is a replay. So if you guys are watching the score feed right now, that is a replay. Don't worry. That's not live. What other classes do you guys want to see? Any other classes? Class 1600, looks like they got some cars. Let's go look. 1621, Dylan Sanchez in first. 1600, Daniel Goodrich in second. We got the 1625, Eric in third, and the 1632, Paulino, fourth. And then the 1628 is at 0 miles an hour. So that's a look at your 1600 cars. What else? I'm trying to find some classes with cars in it here for you guys to look at. A lot of these classes don't have very many cars. Class 5 has 3. We can go look real quick there. So we have Eli Yee is in first, and then we have Guillermo is in second, and the 513 Jesse is in third. So that is a look at those. The UTV stock class. Oh, here we go. Pro stock UTV. They have a lot. They have 24. So let's do a good update for you guys on these. Your leader is going to be right here. So Scott in the 3908 is in first right now, physical. Francisco Beltran is going to be in second. Then we have Javier Lopez in third, Dennis Romero in fourth, Fernando in fifth, and Marcos the 3923 is going to be next, followed by the 3959. So that's a look at your pro stock, pro UTV NA. That's it right there. That's pro UTV. That's pro stock. Then pro UTV NA, not stock, but just pro UTV NA is right here. So we have Eva Star is in first. Good for her in the 1919. And then we have the 1957 Joe Bolton And the 1984 Ricardo Torres is showing as third. Got to zoom out a little bit, and then there's Dean up there in fourth position. So that is a look at your NA class of the UTVs. So I think that pretty much covers everybody. Let's go look at the front one more time. If you just joined us, we'll go back to the front and then we'll sign off. This has been, we always try to do about 20-minute updates unless something crazy is going on. You guys are blowing up the Instagram, so I got to go post a bunch more stuff over there. All right, Alan Impudia is showing as first here. Like I said, Justin Lofton. Okay, his tracker's working again now, so keep an eye on Lofton. And then the 70 right here. You got to keep an eye on them too. Did they just lose a little bit of time? Oh, they probably just did their pit maybe, right? So I don't know where the 70 was pitting at, but looks like they fell back a little bit and their tracker just updated. So that's kind of interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. I don't know. Maybe the 70, they definitely lost a little bit of time, didn't they? Weren't they closer than that before? Maybe they had a flat tire. Looks like the 70 lost a little bit of time right there. But we got Ampudia first. Justin Lofton is showing his second now. Bryce Menzies. Oh, yeah, look at this. So Bryce Menzies just dropped way back here. Not way back, but he dropped back a bit. We're showing as... I don't know. Luke and Alan are both showing up here. These trackers, you got to keep an eye on them. They are updating a little bit weird right now. I'm going to go look at a different tracker real quick. Okay. The 83 is out front, it looks like. 83, 1, 21, 41, and 7. I'm going to go with that order right now, and we're going to wait for these to move. I want to see the 1 and the 83 move, because is Luke McMillan, did they both get around Tavo? Kind of looks like it. 1321. 1321. Those are both the same times. 1320. Okay, Allen's hasn't updated. Look, 1320, 30, and 1321. Okay, that's why. The one hasn't updated. It's about a minute behind. I think the one is still going to be out front. However, look, the 21 is updating right now. So Tavo is definitely not out front. Tavo is definitely in third. So the 1 and the 8 is first. So it's going to be Allen. And then I'm going to say it's going to be Luke. There you go. Okay, so Luke's just moved. So it's going to be Allen. Allen's going to jump back in front of Luke. It's going to be Allen, then it's going to be Luke, and then it's going to be the 21. 1322. But look at Lofton. His hasn't updated in 2 minutes either. He could be up here. Yeah, this is getting good with these trackers. The 1 and the 83 are really close together to each other. 13, 22, 46. Look at that. 37 and 46. Is Luke in front of him? It's so close. This is literally like they're on top of each other right now. If we had Alan's in-car was in Luke's dust. Yeah. Yeah, Luke is. Yeah, actually, we have it here. Let's pull it up. Here we go. Oh, it's frozen. Hold on. Oh, we had it. Hold on. Thanks to Starstream here. There we go. Look at that. Okay. There is Alan Ampudia right there. This is his live star stream, and there is dust in front of him. So you see that? That is Luke McMillan. So Luke McMillan is now first on course. He has gotten around Alan Ampudia. Alan got around Luke earlier on Zoo Road. Luke was off on the left side, probably a better line in pre-running, but then Luke got screwed because there was a bunch of locals over there on race day, and Alan stayed on the Zoo Road and passed him. But now look, Luke has worked his way back around Alan. Now Alan is driving in dust. So there we go. And Alan's got a little, his hood flap is coming up. He's got, I don't know if that's to charge the shocks or what that is there. But yeah. All right. There you go. We have a new physical race leader is Luke McMillan. So Luke McMillan is now first on course. Alan Ampudia is literally in his dust. You guys are riding along with him live right there, thanks to Starstream. So pretty cool. If you guys want to watch, here, I'll put it in the chat for you guys. Check the chat. There's a link to Alan's in-car. If you guys want to watch his star stream, there's a link. You can go watch this. I'm going to sign off. I don't want to sit here and bore you guys. But go over there. Watch the score live stream. They're right here. The score's right here. They are doing whatever they're doing here. So go watch the score one. You can watch the Alan Ampudia one. That's your front, one of your front trucks. And then you can watch... Yeah, pretty much go watch those. I think that's your most exciting right now. That's what I'm going to watch as soon as we sign off. Justin Lofton has an in-car as well. Let me find... Hold on one second. Let me try and get Justin Lofton's for you guys. Let's see. And a top trick here. If you look at the link, if you look at the URL that I posted in there, see where it says the name? if you think someone has a Starstream, just change the name in it to their name a lot of times. Okay, Justin Lofton's is not under that. It must be under like Aw Beef or something. So I'll find that and then let you guys know. But a lot of times you can go like, here's Cameron Steele's. So there's Cameron Steele's. That is your lead 2-wheel drive truck right there. So pretty cool. It's awesome we have so many of these now. It's just hard to figure out which one you want to watch, right? I have like 5 monitors here, but it's difficult to try to keep up with everybody's. It's cool, but it's hard at the same time. So, all right. Well, go watch Ampudia's. We'll be back in a little bit with some more updates, but we're getting close to the finish. These guys are at mile they're at 207. These guys are going to be done before our next update or right at our next update probably. Probably right at our next update. Yeah, they've only got about 40 miles to go, and we have half an hour till our next update. We'll be live at the finish, all right? Come back at 2 o'clock to see, can Alan Ampudia win? Is Luke McMillan, who we know is in front of him, is he going to be in front? Or is the 70 going to come from behind back here and win on time? That's the question.